Hey everybody, it's Jetty Machete, Mountain Wizard. That's me. I'm here again because today I would like to talk about something that's important. Only every day. You know what? I'm going to use this table over here from a filthy ass coffee cup. You love it. Don't lie to me. Tell me you don't love it. Alright. But today, I'd like to talk about a little bit about Hermeticism. Okay. Hermeticism is an ancient Kinetic philosophy. And what that means is it basically originated in ancient Egypt before Egypt was called Egypt. It was called Chem or Chemesha. And so when you say something is Kinetic, that is where it comes from. Even the idea of chemistry, that's where the root word of the word chemistry comes from, or alchemy. Alright? Because the ancient Egyptians, as many know, were very well-worked philosophers. And they understood many different sciences and mathematics and all kinds of stuff. But so anyways, Hermeticism is a philosophy that derived from ancient Egypt. And Hermeticism operates under a set of principles that they believe... Yeah, there's a yawn. I'll edit it out. Don't worry about it. But there are seven principles that they believe guide most of reality, right? And that you can use to essentially make things happen, or to come to an understanding of why things happen the way that they happen. And I want to talk about the first principle. And the first principle of Hermeticism is mentalism. All right? It's the idea that everything in existence begins or exists wholly as a mental structure. It's made of the mind. That's what mental means, is that it comes from a mind. You know? And so that's the way that everything operates. That is the first law, is the law of mentalism. You know, I mean, and there's a lot of, well, I mean, the more and more that I think about it, the more and more truth that I find that it is so. You know, because even in the sense of the way things operate, you know, I mean, there are laws that exist naturally, you know, and nobody enforces these laws, but they exist. You know, I mean, there's nobody going around forcing gravity to be gravity, you know, but it's like, if you pick something up and drop it, it's going to act according to the laws of gravity. You know, thermodynamics, nobody enforces the laws of thermodynamics, but they exist. You know? I mean, it's just one of those things. And mentally speaking, these laws can become, well, they can be, you can come to understand them, is what I'm trying to say. Good Lord. So, I mean, and even in the case of, you know, like willpower is a part of your mental faculties. You know, willpower is a valid force in the universe. I mean, it's how you move your body. Is you just simply will it to happen. You know, there's no, I mean, even if you want to think about the electromechanical things that occur inside of a human body to make that happen, you know, well, it all starts before that. You know, there's an intention, and then there's willpower, and then it starts to happen, you know. I mean, even things that happen out of reflex happen from willpower, you know. I mean, and then let's take, like, things on the very, very, very super small scale, you know. We're going to talk about the quantum mechanics of it all. It's just by observing something, and wanting, a certain result, you can change the way that things happen, and it takes a strong intention, but it can be done. It's the same thing with like the word magic. To make magic happen, you have to have willpower, and you have to have intention, and you also have to have attention to what you're trying to affect happening in the world. And this is why for lots of different magics, it's important to have ritual. Because by performing a ritual, you are focusing your mental power into this one thing, that the longer you do it, the more you will affect the outcome down the line. Because once again, everything is mental. Everything is mental. And the more that you look at the laws of the universe, the more this has come to understood. It's like, why do 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom make water? Why don't they ever make anything else? They just do. That's the way it is. There's a mental construct that dictates the way that these things behave. And then we have to use our mentality to just comprehend why that is, or what it is, rather. Because the thing about the laws of the universe is you can't see them in direct effect, but you can study their effects. You can't necessarily see thermodynamics in action unless you know what you're looking for. If you're watching, if you watch smoke rise from a fire, then you can understand, oh, okay, thermodynamics, density, this is why the smoke behaves the way that it does. But you could never look, before the effects. If you had never seen smoke before, how could you predict what it would do? If you had never seen, changes in density, then how could you ever come to describe them to somebody? There might be parts of this universe where the laws are all different, and what does that even look like? How do you explain something like that? We can imagine it, but that doesn't mean that we can come forth and speak it, because we don't know what that looks like. But mentalism and willpower, they are the basis for all things in this universe. And it's one of the first steps towards learning how to use magic and how to really get out of life what you want. Is first, your mentality is where it all begins. That's why attitude often dictates results, in lots of ways. And this is why having an attitude of gratitude is one of high altitude, because the reality of life is that it doesn't take a whole lot to be happy, and to have happiness with you. In fact, the more complex your goals are for happiness, the less happy you will be. At some point in time, you have to accept that, if you've got your health, if you've got friends, if you've got clothes, if, there is, if you're fed today, if you've got water to drink, there are lots of things that, you can set a low bar for happiness in this world. And the best way to do that is by giving thanks for what you actually have. I'm thankful for this opportunity to come and speak. Whether these videos reach 10 people or whether they reach 10 million, that's really of no concern to me. because I'm just here to speak. Well, maybe game a little. We'll see about that. I'd like to play some games on the channel. I'm a bit of a nerd. I think you have to be a bit of a nerd to be a wizard. I really don't think there's such a thing as a dark wizard. Sorcerers, maybe, but not a wizard. They're different things. But, yep, I just wanted to come and have a little chat. Haven't done this for a few days. Wanted to say, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, share my videos, leave a comment. Any kind of interaction is good interaction. I don't even care if you get on there and tell me I'm a big old poopy head. And here soon I'm going to be streaming live on Twitch. I'd like to get into a little bit of that action as well, so you can just look me up on Twitch, Jetty Machete. So, yeah. Alright. I hope you all have a blessed day. Goodwill and Godspeed. May the sun be at your back and the wind at your feet. Until we meet again.